All right, let's go shoot some toys. Yoink.
There we go. There we go. All right. Wait. Oh, what's this? Really? Really? Hey folks, so about 2 years ago I went on a worldwide photo walk from Kelby 1 in Winston-Salem, and the leader of the walk, a fellow by the name of Daniel, we met up and I talked about my work, he talked about his work, and fast forward 2 years and it turns out that he organized some Mandalorian cosplayers for a photo shoot for his photo club in Winston-Salem, and he thought that I might enjoy it because I like shooting little things, so maybe I like to shoot the real thing. So he hit me up on Facebook and said, "Hey Dave, you want to come?" And I said, "Nah man, I don't want to come." Kidding. Of course I want to come. They're real life Mandalorians. I'm in like Flint. So here I go. I am on my way to Winston-Salem to shoot some Mandalorians. Star Wars, this is the Star Wars, this is the Star Wars, Wars in the Stars. Pretty cool. Thank you.
So as the Mandalorians gathered, my excitement was increasing dramatically. This is like one of the coolest things I could have imagined being at for a random Saturday morning in October in North Carolina. But I had no idea what to do with these Mandalorians. I had no preconceived notions of what to do. I went into a free flow mode where I just decided to use whatever was available to me to make stories that came up on the spur of the moment. And that's tip number one, is use the environment that is given to you to create your own stories on the fly. And it's okay to get the safety shots, the group shots of the Mandalorians and action poses. But then afterwards, I noticed this heathery field, and I asked the Mandalorians to stand in front of it to just get a shot. And I expected him to stand in front of it, but he just marched right in and then crouched down inside the heather, and that ended up being some of the best shots I took of this shoot. So lesson one, use the environment given to you. Lesson two is that this is a group shot. There are 10, 15 photographers here, 4 Mandalorians. We have about an hour or 2 hours to shoot them. And everybody wants to get their own shots. So people are going to ask Mandalorians to pose in certain ways. And it's okay to get shots that were set up by somebody else and use their creativity to boost your own creativity and feed off each other. Make it a groupthink project. It's not a competition. It's a creative effort. Example of that is the shots of the Mandalorians against the wall, which was somebody's idea to create some famous band photos. And many of us got shots based on that. Actually, the construction workers nearby also jumped in and got some of their photos taken with the Mandalorians, which was really, really cool. The third thing is going back to the first point of using the environment that was given to you. We switched locations from the base of the park and we went up on top of this bridge. And along the way, I was trying to think of how can I defy expectations of these Mandalorians who are warrior mercenary types and give them a softer edge, kind of a contrast between war and peace. And the thing that came to mind was the flower in a barrel shot. So while I was walking up to the bridge, I found some flowers growing nearby and I picked one and I used that to get some of those shots, which actually I think turned out really well. And a lot of people seem to enjoy that. This also brought to mind a shot that I've always wanted to make from The Matrix, which is Trinity pointing a gun with this really wide focus lens. The distortion of the lens kind of always captivated me and I want to try that. So I grabbed a wide focus lens, it's like a 12 millimeter lens, and I got one of the Mandos to pose in that shot. And I was finally able to capture, after years of trying with action figures and failing, to get the shot that I really, really wanted. And this is the shot that really made this day for me. Then afterwards, we talked with the Mandalorians for a while and got their insights into their process and their motivations to why they dress up as Mandalorian cosplayers.
Well, I've always loved Mandalorians, obviously. I was 5 years old when Return of the Jedi came out, and that was my first Star Wars movie. And as soon as I saw Boba Fett, I fell in love with him. Aww. And then 10 seconds later, he falls in the Sarlacc pit. And it's like, at 5 years old, that's pretty defining. To have the person that you just love the most die suddenly. So it's kind of like my mission to bring Boba Fett back. And then as I got older, I got into a Star Wars online game called Star Wars Galaxies. And I had a Mandalorian character in the game that wore the armor. I went to a convention. I saw some people just kind of wearing the Mandalorian armor, their own custom ones. I said, hey, I want to do that. Bring my character from the game out. I did it. I found some other people that wanted to do it. We just kind of started doing stuff. And my wife does this too. And we started doing shows. And eventually, we just became a huge worldwide organization. We do events for Disney and Lucasfilm and all kinds of stuff. I've been all over. I've been into 3 different countries doing this stuff, and more places. I got to go more places doing this than I did when I was in the Navy, believe it or not.
Really? Nice.
So it's fun. I mean, we enjoy it. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they made a series for us, for gosh sake.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I got a bunch of good shots, a bunch of shots that didn't work out so well. But these are the shots here that really are the highlights of my day and the ones I am most proud of. Both the shot out of camera and the finished product in Photoshop.
So that was my day with the Mandalorians, and it was well worth the 1.5-hour drive to Winston-Salem. Thanks, Daniel, for inviting me, and thanks for all the Mandalorians for dressing up and making really an awesome morning. So that's it. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.